In a small town in the southern United States, the cozy sunny park was a popular gathering place for locals. The atmosphere was one of tranquility and friendliness. Every day you could find people walking with their children, playing sports, or simply enjoying the fresh air. Among them was a young woman named Emily. She was in her 7th month of pregnancy and, despite feeling physically exhausted, she made an effort to spend time outdoors. Emily had always dreamed of becoming a mother, but each day it became increasingly difficult for her to manage daily tasks. Her husband, Jason, worked for a construction company and often stayed late at work, leaving Emily to handle household responsibilities alone. One day, while Emily was sitting on a bench reading a book, a well-known entrepreneur and philanthropist, Michael Smith, passed by. He owned a chain of successful cafes and was actively involved in charity work. Michael was always looking for opportunities to help people and inspire them to achieve new heights. Noticing Emily, he stopped. He thought she looked a bit tired but radiated inner strength and calm. Michael approached her, introduced himself, and asked how she was doing. Emily was surprised but happily replied that she was fine, just sometimes feeling overwhelmed. Michael, noticing her rounded belly, inquired about how she was coping with pregnancy and work. Emily shared her concerns about juggling responsibilities and preparing for the arrival of her baby. She talked about her dreams of creating a cozy home for her family while feeling the pressure of financial strain. Michael was touched by her sincerity and resilience. He recalled a program he was planning to launch to support expectant mothers. This program aimed to help women in difficult situations receive financial assistance, access educational resources, and support in childcare. After their conversation, Michael realized that Emily could be the face of this initiative. He suggested she consider participating in the program and promised to help with finances and training. Emily was taken aback by his kindness and sincerity but felt a bit apprehensive. She didn't know how to react to such an offer from someone she had just met. Michael noticed her hesitation and assured her that he didn't want to rush her into a decision. He left his contact information and suggested they meet again to discuss the details. Emily thanked him for his attention, but deep down, she understood that this offer could change her life. When she returned home, Emily told Jason about her meeting with Michael. He was surprised but supported her desire to consider participating in the program. In the following days, Emily often thought about Michael's proposal and how it could impact their family. The next day, she decided to call Michael and learn more about the program. She felt this could be a chance not only for herself but also for many women in similar situations. Deep down, she hoped this step would help her create the life she dreamed of and provide opportunities for other women in challenging circumstances. A few days had passed since their first meeting, and Emily continued to contemplate Michael's proposal. She often strolled through the park where they had met, revisiting their conversation each time. On one hand, she felt scared to take such a significant step. On the other, she sensed that this could be exactly what she needed. Jason, noticing that Emily was lost in thought, tried to support her. He understood how important it was for her to feel confident and secure, especially with a baby on the way. They discussed how challenging it would be for them to cope with financial difficulties if Emily couldn't work after the baby was born. Jason worked a lot, but his salary didn't always cover all their expenses. "Maybe you should talk to Michael," he suggested one evening while they were sitting in the kitchen, sipping tea. "He genuinely wants to help, and it seems like he has some good ideas." Emily nodded, but her eyes reflected uncertainty. She didn't want to appear dependent on someone else's help, yet she understood that sometimes support could be essential. She decided to talk to Michael, but only after she had gathered her thoughts. The next day, summoning her courage, Emily dialed Michael's number. She felt her heart racing as she waited for him to answer. Finally, she heard his voice on the line. "Hello, Emily," Michael said cheerfully. "How are you?" "Hello, Michael. I've been thinking about your offer," Emily began, trying to sound confident. "I would like to learn more about your program and how it can help me and other women." Michael was pleased with her decision. He explained that the program was designed to support expectant mothers facing difficulties. It included not only financial assistance but also educational courses to help women develop their skills and prepare to return to work after maternity leave. I believe every woman deserves the chance to create a better future for herself and her children, he said. We provide support that will help you not only financially but also emotionally. Emily felt her heart fill with hope. She began asking questions about the available courses, how to receive assistance, and what the process of participating in the program looked like. Michael patiently answered all her questions, and with each of his words, Emily grew more confident in her decision. I want you to know that you are not alone, Michael continued. We have a team of specialists ready to support you every step of the way. You'll be able to connect with other women in similar situations and share experiences. After her conversation with Michael, Emily felt her fears gradually dissipating. She realized that participating in the program could provide her with not only the necessary resources but also a community where she could find support and understanding. A few days later, Emily attended her first meeting of the program. She felt a bit nervous but was also excited to finally take a step toward change in her life. The room was filled with other women, each with their own stories and dreams. Michael welcomed everyone and shared the goals of the program. Then he invited each woman to introduce herself and share her expectations. When it was Emily's turn, she took a deep breath and began to speak. My name is Emily and I'm expecting a baby. I'm here because I want to learn how to tackle new challenges and create a better future for my family. I hope to gain support and inspiration from all of you. After her speech, Emily felt a supportive atmosphere envelop the room. The women began sharing their stories, and Emily realized that each of them faced their own struggles. They discussed their fears, hopes, and dreams, giving Emily a sense of unity and understanding. Over the next few weeks, Emily actively participated in the program. She attended courses on financial literacy, childcare, and personal development. Each session brought her new knowledge and confidence. She also formed friendships with other participants, which helped her feel less alone on her journey. As the months passed and Emily approached her due date, she noticed how much her life had changed. She felt more prepared for motherhood and confident in her abilities. Thanks to the program, she had not only gained knowledge but also a support network that helped her navigate challenges. During one of the sessions, Emily decided to share her thoughts with the other participants. I want to say that being part of this program has changed my life. I feel more confident and ready for what lies ahead. I am not alone and that gives me strength. I hope each of you feels the same support and inspiration. Together we can overcome any obstacles. After her words, a supportive atmosphere filled the room. The women began exchanging compliments and sharing their successes. Emily felt her heart swell with joy and pride, knowing that she was not only overcoming her fears but also inspiring others. With each meeting, Emily became increasingly confident in her abilities. She began to actively participate in discussions, share her ideas, and even offer help to other participants. This gave her a sense of significance and belonging to a community that understood and supported her. Soon, the day of her delivery arrived. Emily felt ready. She knew she had support not only from the program but also from her new friends, who had become like family to her. She understood that many new challenges lay ahead, but now she was confident in her abilities and prepared to face them. When the contractions began, Emily recalled all the lessons she had learned and all the moments of support she had received. She knew she was not alone, and that gave her strength. In the delivery room, she was surrounded by doctors and nurses, as well as her friends from the program, who had come to support her during this important moment. "You can do it, Emily," one of the women whispered, holding her hand. "We're all with you." Emily smiled, and in that moment, she felt her fears dissipate. She focused on what was happening around her, and with each breath, she grew more confident. Soon she heard the first cry of her baby, and her heart filled with boundless joy. After the delivery, Emily returned home with her newborn son in her arms. She felt not only like a mother but also part of something greater, a community that had supported her every step of the way. Soon, she began attending the program's meetings again, but now as a mom, ready to share her experiences and support others. Emily understood that many challenges still lay ahead, but now she had the tools and support to help her navigate them. She was determined to create a better future for herself and her child. With each passing day, she felt her confidence growing. Emily now knew that she could handle any difficulties, and that the support from other women was not just words, but a real force capable of changing lives. Months passed since the birth of her son, and Emily began to realize how significantly her life had changed. Each day was filled with new discoveries and challenges, but she felt ready for anything. With the support of her community, she managed to find a balance between motherhood and her own ambitions. During one of the support program meetings, Emily decided to share her experience. "I never thought I could manage motherhood while also continuing to grow as a person," she began. "But thanks to all of you, I've realized that it's possible. I want to inspire each of you to know that despite the challenges, we can achieve our goals together." Her words sparked a wave of applause. The women in the room felt that each of them could overcome their fears and reach their desires. Emily noticed how many of them became more open and started sharing their dreams and plans. As days went by, Emily increasingly embraced her role as a mentor. She organized groups where women could share their fears and successes. Emily felt that her experiences could help others, and this gave her strength. One day, a young mother named Lena approached her, just starting her journey. "Emily, I admire your confidence. How do you manage all the challenges?" Emily smiled and replied, "I was once in your shoes. The key is not to be afraid to ask for help and to know that you're not alone. We're all here to support each other." Lena nodded, and Emily noticed the hope filling her eyes. This moment of inspiration confirmed for Emily that her journey was important not only for herself but for others as well. With each passing month, Emily grew more confident in her abilities. She began considering the possibility of creating her own project to help other women in difficult times. The idea of establishing an online platform for supporting mothers and sharing experiences started to take shape. Emily understood that new challenges awaited her, but now she had the realization that with the support of her community, she could tackle any difficulties. She was no longer just a mother. She was a woman ready to inspire and help others. Day by day, Emily felt her dream becoming a reality. She started working on her platform, gathering ideas and suggestions from the women around her. The inspiration and support she had received were now coming back to her in abundance. Emily knew that challenges lay ahead, but she was ready for them. With her new friends and the community that had become her family, she was confident that she could achieve everything she set her mind to. This chapter of her life was just beginning, and she was filled with hope and determination to move forward.